guys, happy Wednesday evening to everyone. There's little Miss Monroe. She's in her little pod and she's got her little she's wearing her sleeping bag from Jacquardie. She's got her little lovey kitty next to her as well. I actually put her in that last night when I got her ready for bed. She's just got a basic white sleeper on underneath that, and she's got some scratch mitts so she doesn't scratch herself. But I wanted to pop in because I wanted to address a question that I've talked about a couple times, but I wanted to talk about it again since it came up on my last haul video. The question was if I was worried about the colors running, the dark colors running and bleeding onto the silicone when I put Monroe in those outfits, because she's got a lot of like blues and reds and things like that. So here's a trick. No, I'm not worried about it running because I'm not going to have, or bleeding onto the silicone, I'm not going to actually put them up against the silicone. I always I err on the side of caution with dark colored clothing of any kind with my dolls of all kinds of mediums. There's been like several schools of thought on this whole topic where I've heard some silicone artists say that the silicone is sealed and the color from fabric shouldn't bleed onto it, but I've also heard the exact opposite where artists say no, you shouldn't, just in case, because they don't really know. So I go with what Claire Taylor says, and she says no, I wouldn't trust it, especially with really super dark colors, because you know, you just never know. So what I do in this instance is I actually, for under, like I will usually she'll be wearing like a onesie of some sort under like the different rompers and things, because I like the little frilly collars. So that's protectant, you know, on her body, arms and legs, or sorry, her body and her arms. And then what I do is I actually have a pair of thin white tights that are just super thin so they don't cause bulk. And I put those on her before putting any darker tights on her. And I also do the same thing with dark tights. So even though I've got the knee-high socks, I have plain white, lightweight socks that I put underneath. You don't see them, but they're there, and it's, you know, a protective layer between the silicone and the darker colors. So that's my trick, guys. So for those of you that are afraid to buy outfits for your dolls because it's darker colors and you don't want it to bleed onto whatever the medium, with one-of-a-kind dolls, vinyl dolls. I've heard mostly that it happens with vinyl dolls, that colors bleed onto the vinyl. So that's very common. But if you put tights, if you put like a barrier, some sort of layer in between, the doll should be fine. You should be able to dress them in whatever you like. I have never had an issue with it bleeding through anything. Honestly, I've never even had the color come off on the tights themselves. So I've never had a problem, and it seems to be a good little trick. Just the key is to find something that's really thin and lightweight, like really super thin tights, and put onesies, long sleeve onesies underneath, or short sleeve if you have short sleeve outfits. That's the key. And even like if there's like a dark colored like sleeveless outfit, there are t-shirts that are sleeveless that you can put underneath them. So there's always something that you can put underneath so that you can protect the baby. So I hope that makes sense, guys, but there's a good tip for you. And there's Miss Monroe. I don't know what she's staring at. She's staring at something, probably the side of the pod. But she looks so cute and nestled in there. I actually have her swaddled just from her chest down, just to kind of keep her nice and swaddled underneath, and then I zipped her up in that. It's a beautiful, beautiful sleeping bag. And even though it's super hot here, it's like 70 degrees, even goes down to like, we set our air conditioning to like between 68 and 70 degrees, so it's pretty brisk in our house. So hence why I'm not worried about her being too hot. But there she is, guys. Hope y'all are having a great work week. I'm so glad that tomorrow is Thursday, and then Friday will be here. And then I have a long weekend because it's a holiday weekend for us in the U.S., so I'm really looking forward to that. So I'll have an extra day off to enjoy my baby and family time and all of that. So I hope you guys have a great rest of your work week, and Miss Monroe and I will see you all soon. Thanks for watching, guys. Bye-bye.